Resources show. I'm very excited that you're here with me today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Venice, your host, and here at Your Entrepreneur Resources, we discover the no-fluff action steps to help you avoid all the overwhelm and all the BS out there, connecting you with the right mentors, resources, and tools, helping you every step of the way on your entrepreneurial journey. We go live here twice a week, interviewing different entrepreneurs and experts on all areas of business. So make sure to join our Facebook group and look out for the events inside your Entrepreneur Resources page. You can find all the links in the description box. Today, I have a really, really awesome guest with me. It is Michelle Hon. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi, Venice. Thank you for having me.
Yay, super excited. So Michelle is the founder of MomBoss Academy, author of The Chill Mom, and host of the Chill MomBoss podcast. She's an entrepreneur, speaker, and mother of 3 beautiful young children. She helps moms start and scale their online business at MomBoss Academy. In this interview with Michelle, we're going to be talking about overcoming imposter syndrome to build your dream business as a mom. This is such a great topic. I'm super excited. But before we dive in, could you tell us more about your business and your journey?
Sure, Venice. Thank you so much for allowing me to introduce myself. My name is Michelle. I started my entrepreneurship journey about 12 years ago. I started a soup and salad bar. We have multiple locations in Singapore. I'm based in Singapore, but I had to wrap it up when my first baby came along because I'm not from Singapore. I'm from Malaysia, and my husband is from Australia, so we did not have family support. And I don't know, as soon as my baby was born, my priority shifted. I just wanted to be there to witness her every milestone. So it's just like a mother instinct to just, okay, maybe the F&B business wasn't for me, so I just wrap it up. And I thought I can be a stay-at-home mom. But then 6 months into a stay-at-home mom gig, I'm like, I'm so bored, right? Like I'm just breaking up. It's like no purpose. Like, I mean, beyond, caring for my newborn baby and thinking about what to cook on that particular night, I was also feeling very insecure about not earning my own income. Because for a very large part of my life, I was this, independent woman earning our own money. And then all of a sudden I'm relying on my husband 100% financially. Not that he can't afford it, but I just feel not right asking him for pocket money. So I was looking for ways to start a business from home. I did not know where to start. So eventually I knew of a friend who started a blog, and I thought that's a nifty idea. That's something I can do from home. So I started a mom blog, specialized in pregnancy and early motherhood. And within 6 months, I get offers from PR agencies who asked me if I would write articles for them. And I thought, hey, this is working. At least someone is willing to pay me for my time in exchange for something while I'm doing it from home. Of course, I wasn't paid a lot, right? At that point, I still remember my very first gig. I was getting paid $80 in store credit.
That's still pretty good for the first gig.
Good first time, right? But it's store credit. It wasn't even cash. But at least I knew that, okay, this could somehow work. So I'm happy to say that, 8 years on, the blog has turned into a maternity concierge business. And the maternity concierge business, I have followers who follow me and say, so how did you start your business from home? And as you know, as an entrepreneur, you like sharing, you're constantly learning about what's the latest online business practice. So I was happy to share that with my followers. And after a while, I'm like, maybe I could turn this into an online program. And that's how MomBoss Academy was born about 3 years ago.
Okay, that's amazing. I love that. It's such a women empowerment moment when you're like, no, I'm not going to just stick with this and be happy with it. I'm going to do something about it. And I have a purpose. I want to be, like pursuing that and achieving something even bigger and still be there for my children. I love that message. So today we're going to talk about imposter syndrome, right? And no, it's a huge topic. Do you mind sharing a little bit more about what it is exactly?
Imposter syndrome. Oh my God. I think it's that feeling like you don't think you're good enough for what you do, and you're afraid that someone might find you out for not being who you think you are or how you put yourself out there. Especially for entrepreneur, this is very prevalent for people who are in the public eye, to go through that. I think like at every stage of your business, and especially if as you grow, the bigger you grow, I think like the bigger the imposter syndrome. So personally for me, it was like when I first started a business, it's like, who are you to start a business? And then when I wrote my book, you know, I finished writing the book, but it was sometime during the editing process, it almost did not get published because I was constantly at the back of my mind asking myself, who are you to publish a book? You're not a star, you're not this, you're not that, and like, why should anyone buy your book? So yeah, it's prevalent. And until today, at some time, I'm still like, oh my God, this person like signed up for my webinar, this person signed up for my program. Like, I feel like I'm not worthy to teach them, even though it's not like I put a gun to their head. It was their own decision to join me, but still I have that nagging feeling. And knowing that it's normal and it hits everyone makes it feel a lot better, I suppose, but that still does not like sort of free you up from feeling, you know, having that imposter syndrome.
I think it's very true because especially for entrepreneurs and online entrepreneurs, we're always on social media. We're always trying to be consistent everywhere. And when we're doing that, we're engaging with other people. We're like, oh, that person is doing something amazing and this other person is doing something amazing. So who am I to be, you know, putting myself forward and helping other people, right?
Yeah.
So do you have any tips for us, like regarding how to kind of overcome that imposter syndrome and truly hone in on just being like the best of ourselves?
Yeah, I mean, like it's easy to get caught up in that whole comparison game. Like, oh, she's also doing the same thing, but she's doing so well. How could I ever get to that level, right? Or so I always tell my students or the members of MomBoss Academy is to sometimes it's good to sort of like unfollow people in your own industry so you don't start comparing yourself, right? And just like really, it's a bit like being in a horse race. Put the blinkers on, right? Stay in your own lane, because if you get distracted, oh my God, you know, someone in my industry is doing something else and I think that's great. I think I should use that strategy. And oh, someone else is using another strategy. Yeah, it's like everyone has that, right? Shiny object syndrome. So it's better to put the blinkers on. I do believe in following other entrepreneurs outside of your industry just to see, like, get idea of what they do. Gives you the idea, but stay away from following your own competitor, thinking that, oh my God, I'm gonna like have a, you know, I gotta study them so that I can follow what they do. It's better to just carve your own path in your industry and not look at your own, like that, stay in your own lane. And also, like, when you get into that stage where, you know, I do speaking as well on stage sometimes. And what I've learned from speaking is that, you know, how you get into that zone, like, oh my God, everyone is judging me right now, right? I'm sharing my story. What are they thinking about me? And all that kind of thing runs in your head. Is to stop and realize that the point of your presentation, they're not there to judge you, right? They're there to get value from you. So when you shift that sort of like focus off yourself, because when we start thinking, oh my God, she's judging me, oh my God, she's not liking this, oh my God, like this, that means we're just staying in our own ego, and we think like, you know, we want people to like us and all that. But once we shift that focus to how I can help this person, I mean, they turn out for the talk, right? They want out of this. I've got something to give. And I think that based on my presentation, I'm pretty sure, like, you know, most of us would have rehearsed and would say, okay, if I could just deliver this and that person listening to this would get so much value from learning this from me, that sort of like, once you shift that focus, you tend to forget about, you know, insecurities, about thinking like all this, judgment and stuff.
Yeah, I love that. It's so much about just giving value and just, you know, helping people come from a place of service and being there to support other people, right? I think also one key thing that I've learned as well to kind of help with imposter syndrome is just to be honest. Like, if you're honest, if you're not lying, then no one's going to call you out.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, just be yourself, right? Like, if you're like a totally different online as you are offline, then of course you feel like I'm an imposter because hello, you are. So if you are yourself, like as you project online and offline, then there's really isn't a need for that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that. I think that's such an important tip. When it comes to, like overcoming that imposter syndrome, but still stand out from the crowd, how would you suggest people go about it? Like, how could you show off the way that you are without worrying, oh gosh, like, I'm not good enough, or, oh, I'm not like presenting myself in a way that people would like? Like, how would you, like present yourself in a way that could stand out from other people?
I think, yeah, first of all, don't think about, I need to present myself in such a way that people would like, because at the end of the day, we can't make everyone like us.
True.
So start with, how would you like yourself? How, like, what kind of person do you like? Because I think like, if you're a certain way, you attract your own people, right? People are like you. So just via sharing who you are, your thoughts, what's your take on certain things. Honestly, like you mentioned earlier, so you then, sorry, what was the question?
No worries. Like how to stand out from the crowd and just
how to stand out from the crowd, right? Just being yourself. I think like, if you just keep thinking about, I need to stand out from the crowd, I need to stand out from the crowd, it's really hard because the crowd, there's like a lot of people, it's really hard to stand out. So just tune into yourself. Who are you before all this, right? What makes you unique that from, the next person is perhaps just the way you talk. You may, some people might find it annoying, and some people might think, okay, that's real. I like her because she's real, she's imperfect, right? So I just recently got this testimonial from a student, which that I like to share if I may.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because all the while I thought, I need to get things perfect, right? My presentation have to be perfect. I need to remember every single thing. I have to look perfect. But so we always send also like a client survey after our consultation, and she mentioned that we asked her, why did you sign up for my one-on-one coaching? And she said because she joined my group program first, and one of the like free webinar, one of the free event, and I actually had a typo in there. And I just laughed it off. Like, see, I'm not perfect and blah, blah, blah. And that actually drew her in because she felt like she can now also feel that she can be imperfect. I'm not like this perfect corporate trainer who are like, gotta do thing 10-10. I'm imperfect, so she can turn up as herself, as imperfect as she is, and still, manage to run a business as successfully as a mompreneur.
Oh, that's so incredible. I love that tip. I think it's okay, like you said, that, we don't have to be perfect 24/7. It's okay to just show up as we are and just be ourselves, because that would just attract the people that would connect with you and chase away the people that would be negative in your business anyways.
Exactly. And I didn't know that it was actually my imperfection that led her to want to work with me more. Right? Who would have thought of that? But yeah. So it's a nice reinforcement to let me know, okay, I can screw up sometimes.
That's incredible. Yeah, for sure. I think everyone needs to hear that message. Like, perfection is not needed or necessary whatsoever. Also, it's impossible. Like, no one can achieve perfect website, perfect every single part of your business. Yep. You should just start. Start with your business. Which brings me to my next question, actually. So we talked about how to overcome imposter syndrome. So when it comes to building that dream business, what are some tips, or what's the first step that you think people should take when it comes to starting their own business for the first time?
For the first time, I think like a lot of people these days, they feel pressured by the social media saying like, oh, hustle, hustle, hustle. You gotta have your side income. You gotta have your side hustle. You gotta sleep less. And this is the time to build your business, right? I think at the end of the day, you gotta start with yourself. Is it really what you want? Or is it something that, people around you say you need, right? But if it's really something that you want and it's not dictated by environment or someone else, or makes you feel worthy, it is something that you want to start a business that you can call your own, start with, again, like what makes you happy, right? A lot of people, like, they start a business, they either have no idea or they have a lot of idea. I want to do this, I want to do this. Oh, I also have perfect idea for that. I mean, and then I have people who tell me, oh, I have perfect idea, but I can't share it. I was like, steal my idea. I'm like, you know what? Idea worth nothing. It's the execution. So if you have an idea, share with people and talk to people. You can validate it while sharing with people, and also like sharing with the right people. If you're sharing with non-entrepreneurs, someone who has never started a business, highly likely they will say, that's so dangerous, that won't work, right? You got to invest a lot of money, you got to invest a lot of time, which is just not true. I mean, in certain business, yes, but in a lot of instances these days with online business, using the technology which are already available at our fingertip, like right now going on live, it costs almost nothing, right? Whereas 10 years ago, you would have to, pay a television network to like get on for like 5 seconds. It costs a lot. And these days, it's so cheap to start a business. So just really start from yourself. What makes you tick? What is the business idea that makes you light up? So go with that.
Oh, I love that. You dropped so many like nuggets right there. So I really appreciate it. Thank you. And I know you are a full-time mom as well as an incredible entrepreneur. You've written books, you've got all these different things going on. And when I look at your Instagram story, you're always spending time with your family, which I love. And I know so many entrepreneurs, like they don't want to sit in front of the computer 24/7. And I love that you said there's that believe that you have to be sitting there working your ass off and being busy and just getting no sleep. That's the hustle life. I don't believe in that. So do you have any tips for us regarding how to balance our life and how to understand, like when is the right time to spend time on your business and when's the time to just walk away and spend quality time with the people that you love or just for some self-care?
Yeah, I think like to begin with, right, is to know your own situation, what makes you light up, like besides your business. So for me as a mom, obviously it's my time with my children. And for someone who's single, perhaps, if you don't have, boyfriend or girlfriend, then maybe you can actually spend more time in your business if it makes you happy. There's no like a right formula. People are talking about balancing your life, but the perfect balance for each of you would be for you. It's not, no one says like, because the word balance makes it sound as if we need to have 50-50. It's not necessary.
Right.
Even myself, like, there are days where I am actually spending 70 on work, 30% on family, but it's okay because I know that on weekends, I will probably just check my email like 10% of the time. And then the rest of the time will be family time. So, and that works for me. So the balance is different in different season of your life. So don't put too much pressure on yourself. And especially like the hustle mentality got to go, right? It's really, I truly believe in mind over matter, because what you believe in will become true. If you think it takes hard work or hustle to make something work, then only it will become a success. You're right. If you think that, hey, I can manage this, like maybe set a clear boundary. I will only work on this 4 hours a day. Like we were just talking about this in our other interview about, being focused and spending 4 focus hours, and then taking breaks in between, obviously, will get you more than saying, I will have all day long to work on this, because highly likely you get distracted. You're like, I have all day long, let me just check my social media and get distracted that way. So having focus and say clear boundaries, I'm only working from this hour to this hour. After that is family time. Then it works for you.
That's so great. I love that. I know I'm digging in so deep right now, but I would love for you to share a little bit more about your routine. Like, how do you manage, what was a day in the life of Michelle?
Okay. A typical day would be, waking up, prepare the kids for school. They go off to school, so which is great. They go to school from depending on the level they're in. So they're basically out of the house from 7 to about 2 o'clock. So all those time is free time for me to work on whatever it is I need to work on. And then depending on different days, they have the CCA, meaning like extracurricular activity.
Mm-hmm.
Then I would send them to those, and then I'll try to fit in a call here and there, like very much like what we're doing now. And then after that, they will come home and I'll spend time with them. And so the afternoon is pretty much their time. And then I have dinner with them around 7 o'clock, put them to bed by 8:30. And then by 9 o'clock, I'll come out again and either sit down with my husband, watch a bit of Netflix, or I'll turn on my computer and do a bit more work. That's
amazing. That sounds like the perfect mom life. That's incredible. I think a lot of the time for entrepreneurs, I know you said, I really agree with that as well. For each person, the balance is different. It's not so much balance, but it's what suits you and what matches your own lifestyle. But I think no matter what, having the time to step away is so important, to recharge and just rejuvenate and just, have the time to say, hey, I have my me time. I can, charge my battery up again, so I'm ready to go again the next day or the next working day. So there's definitely that importance of stepping away from your business, right? I know that you have a team working with you for your business. Do you mind sharing a little bit more about any tips you have when it comes to outsourcing and having other people working with you in your company?
Yes, I'm still learning in terms of growing my team. It's definitely hard moving from a solopreneur and getting a team. And it's like you're so used to doing things yourself to like delegating. And I mean, having a team is great because they can help me do things that I know I could do, but not necessarily want to do.
Yes.
And like sometimes
I love that. I love that. You can do, but you don't necessarily have to. Yes, that's so important. That's why we should outsource. Sorry, I love that.
and sometimes you'll be surprised they would do it better than you. Right? I mean, like at first, I usually have like pretty low expectation. Like I don't expect people to do things exactly like how I would do it, but let the ring, go off a little bit, let them handle it and see how they would do it. So for example, right? So I started with a one part-time VA, and she's now turned full-time, and she's sort of like fully managing my MomBoss Academy side while I take on another VA to look after my social media and brand deal side. So for example, I've always been one where I submit my draft to clients. I've always just like attached everything in the email. So when I took on this new person, she would just upload everything on a Google Drive and just submit the drive via the Google Drive, which I thought like, why didn't I think of that? That was so smart. It's just easier and it's fast as well. If I were to make any changes, it's reflected immediately on the client side so that I don't have to resubmit stuff. So it's little things like that. So as you grow, you tend to let go a little bit, and that's how you can really grow your business, really. Because otherwise, if you are sucked into doing the low level things all the time, then you don't have the time to be on your business and think about expansion and partnerships and all those kind of things.
Incredible. I think that's definitely so important. Outsourcing is one thing that I think every solopreneur, when you have the ability to, you should definitely look into it. So thanks for sharing the tips. I know you have a very special free masterclass coming up very soon. Do you mind telling us a little bit more about the masterclass?
Yes, thank you so much for letting me share. It's actually happening next Tuesday, Singapore time. You actually have 2 times to choose because we are catered for moms. And so we have one happening on Singapore time, 10 a.m. and another one at 9 p.m. at night, so that, if your kids are off at school, you're not working, you can join us during the AM. And if you're like a working mom, you can only join us at night after you put the kids to bed. It's at 9 p.m. So it's really about, I will be sharing my journey on how I started my humble blog from home and turn it into a 6-figure business, and the 3 secrets of how I do that. So
amazing.
adding the link so that people could sign up. It's absolutely free. So yeah, if you've always wanted to start a business, or you have started a business but you don't know how to take it further, perhaps you're lacking a bit of foundation, then yeah, just come along. I'll be sharing about things I would do every time I start a new business, or every time I launch a new project to add into my business, because I believe in not putting all your eggs in one basket, right? So
Yeah.
recently, I just shared my latest blog post. If you go to MomBoss Academy, I just shared my income statement for last month. So you can see the breakdown, all the multiple income streams that come into the business. And yeah, so that's how I grow, really.
Amazing. And that's 27th of April, correct?
Yes, 27th of April.
Okay, perfect. And before we start wrapping up, I know you also have a special gift for us. Do you mind sharing a little bit more about that too?
Yes, I do. So one of the biggest, limiting belief that mom has, or anyone, right? Not beyond mom. It's like, I want to take on something, whether it's for business or a new hobby, I need to start working out more, is that I don't have time. I believe it's an excuse, but to sort of like just label as an excuse, I have a PDF to help you to find more hours in your day. So basically, if you just follow, I think that's just really 3 main steps to sort of prompt you, list out like what you do every day, and look at which tasks you can really eliminate out of your day. You can gain 14 hours in a week. So then there's no more excuse for not going after what you want to do.
That's incredible. That's so exciting. Thank you so much for sharing. Make sure to check out the link in the description box. I'll put it in there. And before I let you go, I would love for you to share where people can connect with you.
Absolutely. So you can go to Instagram. That's where I spend most of my time, at the Chill Mom. Why the Chill Mom is really the name of my blog. When I started ages ago, I had no idea what to call myself. And
I love that name.
Yeah, you're pretty chill anyway. I'm like, it sounds all right. So yeah, so since then I've been known as the Chill Mom. My book is also called The Chill Mom. And yeah, just find me at the Chill Mom anywhere on the internet. You're bound to find your way to me.
That's awesome. I'll make sure to put everything in the description box. Thank you again so much for being on your Entrepreneur Resources show. For those of you that might have missed some of the tips and strategies, make sure to check out the show notes that I'll also link in the description box down below. We have our live interviews with experts here twice a week, so make sure to stay tuned and join our community. Thank you so much for being here, Michelle. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I'll chat with you very soon.